I'm basically a boy from St. Thomas Mount. Before pub or the club culture here in Chennai, the only place which we used to celebrate was Besant Nagar or Elliot's Beach. And we go there and probably get a more menthol cigarette or things like that. I don't smoke, by the way, but my friends used to.
Okay.
So that's basically our life was. I was growing around things which was what Chennai is. We did not have pani puri carts then,
Yep.
but we had biryani.
Absolutely.
So
But nonetheless, I understand that a lot of your guests actually are from overseas.
yes,
And despite having just 18 covers for lunch and 18 covers for dinner, you are usually sold out and you don't work much on marketing. I think the product itself and the experience itself speaks for itself and carries it forward. Is that how it works in Bangalore?
Yeah, one of the major things, as I always tell my team or anybody, it's about how you're making others feel. You know, hospitality comes from the heart.
Okay.
That's one thing. Food will take care of most of the things.
Okay.
I'm not denying it. Food will take care. One of my chefs from Taj, he used to say, his name was Dinesh. He said, if you like it, you can serve it.
Chef, if I would ask you to say that, tell me one of your most favorite spice that you cannot do away with, what would that spice be? I know asking a chef to mention one spice will be a very tough thing, but what would be your most favorite spice to work with?
I would say the black pepper.
Black pepper.
Just for the mere reason that the black pepper was taken away from us by giving green chili.
Green chilies.
So
நீங்க சொல்லும் போதே எனக்கு தோணுச்சு because we are speaking about the tomato earlier, how recent it is to the Indian cuisine. And when you said about the black pepper, because I think in our ancient literature black pepper is very clearly mentioned.
Yes.
And there is like no mention of chilies. Chilies also probably 300-400 years old.
Yeah, I think we gave black pepper to the world.
Absolutely.
We gave black pepper to the world. Black pepper is actually taken away from us. They should all return black pepper back to us. Yeah.
So that is a fantastic thing, chef. And chef, of late, I'm sure that in your time you'd have cooked some amazing dishes. You'd have cooked for many guests and many people. What is one dish that you're actually very, very happy that you have come up with, or put together, or presented across? Something of recent achievement for you in terms of...
No, this is... I won't say this is something which I... So every single course which I do has full heart of dedication and things like that, which goes on. But one thing which I always love to cook is cook a biryani for my guys who I love.
Oh wow, biryani.
Yeah. So every Sunday at Farmlore, for my staff, I cook biryani.
Oh wow.
It's like a small little tradition which we have built over a period of time. When I'm not there, I found another person who can cook biryani, same like me as well. So I ask him to cook as well. But again, this is not going to be so much of R&D biryani. It's something which is just coming straight from my heart because I grew up with it and I want to savor that and I want to give it to people as well. Yeah.
Wow. So biryani, you are indeed very much a Chennai guy who loves biryani. So I think that is resonating again in your preference of your comfort food. In fact, that is what next I want to ask about your biryani. I mean, we had for lunch for biryani, chef. What is your honest opinion on the lunch which we had?
Oh, that was a great biryani.
Okay.
That was one of the best biryanis which I had. I would say, yeah, it's a great biryani. The spice level was to the point.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
The rice, the quality of the rice which was there. Always that tend to have that a funny smell, I would say.
Yep.
That is not there in this particular rice which I had.
Okay.
It's like a cardboard smell. I don't know how to exactly.
The arsi mutta smell.
Arsi mutta smell. Yeah, arsi mutta smell. So I did not get that in this at all, and these grains were long as well, and these were soft.
Okay.
Yet they were holding, yet they were juicy.
Okay.
The rice, the R&D on that particular rice, I'm like, that was a very good biryani. That was a very good.
So let me
biryani.
take this opportunity, chef. So for the following week, whenever you're there in Bangalore, I would love to offer our Sahib's biryani to your team and get their feedback in terms of how the particular biryani is.
Sure.
You have a team of what? 15 people working.
18 at the moment. 18 at the moment. Right. It's 1:1 at the moment, but I'm getting a small little R&D space.
Okay.
R&D space in the sense like it's more like an extended kitchen,
okay,
where I've got more gadgets into my kitchen as well,
okay,
and start creating stories or creating recipes.
Absolutely. Because I think today for us to enhance that experience, that particular these kind of modern equipment is required. வல்லவனுக்கு புல்லும் ஆயுதம் தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்க. One part is of course making good food with simple basic equipment, vessels equipment and everything. But the next thing is when people are experiencing that kind of requiring that kind of an experience, I think this kind of your molecular gastronomy kit, or for that matter your Thermomix, or for that matter your sous vide kit.
Absolutely, those things kind of help and elevate the whole process for us as well. I don't know, when people say that you are using these equipments and getting that out, I say I'm blessed and I want to.
Okay.
And I want to. It's something which I wish to.
Absolutely.
And I wish to go with the tide as well. I don't wish to go against the tide and saying that I want to go back and cook only with wooden vessels and things like that, or clay pots and things like that. I want to embrace modernity as well, modernity techniques as well, because these techniques are invented by someone who's just putting their heart and soul out there.
Absolutely.
And we take that and we just make our food little better than the previous day.
Absolutely.
So I love using equipments and things like that.
Absolutely, that's good to know, chef. Actually, I don't know how so far how I've missed actually dining into farm lore. One of these days when availability is there, certainly I would love to visit one day and experience what we are actually been hearing so much about the media. And chef, I understand that you don't do very much active marketing, because I think the people who have dined themselves, they are actually going bonkers about the experience that they have over there. So do you do any active marketing in terms of what you do for your product, or how does it work, chef?
I think the best marketing, I would say, is word of mouth.
Okay.
Word of mouth is the first and the most prominent one.
Okay.
And we stick with that a lot of time. But organically putting your product out and letting your product speak, we do tend to get few people into the whole system. Okay. Even me talking to you is a sense of that as well.
Absolutely.
Is a sense of the past, the organic reach which we had from the past, few awards which had come in, the San Pellegrino which we are talking about. So all these are common things which we have got, and that is putting the word out. Few awards which we got from NDTV or even Culinary Culture and places like that, who are constantly been awarding us for the things which we are doing at the moment. These are all not because of PR or anybody. It's just word of mouth, and people do come and see our product. If you get your product right out there, put it out there for people to experience it, I think there's enough people with phones and Instagram accounts for them to share and make it viral.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. See, I love South Africa for some reason.
They have a lot of
for the mere fact, everything is sustainable there.
Correct.
அதாவது
அவங்க வந்து I think because of necessity
they are sustainable. No, I go and sit there like last year I was there in a restaurant called Fane. 4 or 5 different kinds of maan கொடுத்தாங்க. One was kudu, one was springbok, one was buik,
gazelle.
So they gave 4 different kinds, and you go to any other part, they'll have only venison or something like that. Or a 12-course meal.
What is the name of the restaurant?
Fane, Fyn.
It is not carnivore, right?
It's not carnivore. I'm going to carnivore. I'm going to carnivore this time. I'm going to carnivore. But Fane is the restaurant. Fane is 32 in the world.
Okay.
Fane, South Africa. Why I went there? Because it's Peter Temple offer.
Okay.
He does 4-day work week.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask him, how do you do 4-day work week? He has 2 restaurants. ஒன்று வந்து அக்லி டக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் ஒரு ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்டு, அப்புறம் கீழே இந்த ரெஸ்டாரண்ட் பாட்லக் ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்டு, கீழே இந்த ரெஸ்டாரண்ட். ஸோ he has 2 restaurants which he runs for 4 days, but full 60 covers every day.
60 cover na, it'll make sense for them to do this one.
But it was, and it's a destination dining. It's South Africa, it's Cape Town, and it's top notch. And I love South Africa for that reason. It's very underrated. But the wine culture also is very very nice, because wines and wine culture is too good in South Africa.
Yeah, because I think they have some very good vineyards there.
Yes. Stellenbosch, Constantia, they have really great wines. The whole southern hemisphere of wines, right? Like the whole Australia and South Africa have great wines.
Okay.
And South Africa, for that matter, they have this wine culture which was brought by those European settlers, the Dutch and all those people who settled over there. They have really great ones. Really great ones. Absolutely. It's surprising, and it's cheap also.
Absolutely.
So for me, as much as I want to go to Japan, I would love going to Japan because I saw this movie called Silence.
Okay.
It's an Andrew Garfield, Martin Scorsese movie. Scorsese movie, Martin Scorsese movie, and Andrew Garfield and Liam Neeson and all. I think it talks about how brutal Japan is
Oh wow.
in
Okay.
preserving their culture,
Culture. Okay. Okay.
and it resonates with food also in terms.
Absolutely.
So
Their obsession for freshness.
yeah, their
so
obsession
many
for freshness.
yeah.
Yeah. So I want to go to Japan.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm still not ready mentally to go to Japan.
Okay.
I'm still not ready mentally.
Surprisingly,
to go to Japan.
right now, like I told you earlier, there are a lot of options available for
Yeah.
what do you call a lot of tourism things
Tourism
opening
things
up.
are
Earlier,
opening
it is
up,
not
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
When I was in Japan, it's like 99. That
Okay.
time, right? Certain areas of Japan where even foreigners were not allowed to
Okay,
go. Not
okay.
in the sense that it is what do you call restricted or whatever. But foreigners had to think twice before to go into certain areas and all.
Japan,
So,
yes.
but nonetheless, a phenomenal. One thing I really love about Japanese cuisine per se is that the simplicity of the ingredient
Yeah.
and the technique. It
And,
is not very complex.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah,
very simple.
Yeah.
And when you put all of this together, right, you have some phenomenal product. It's like,
Phenomenal
wow,
product, yeah,
is this what I've been, is it இவ்வளோ சிம்பிளாக இருக்கு
Yeah.
அப்படின்ட்டு. So ரொம்ப சிம்பிளாக எடுத்துக்கிட்டிங்கன்னா they make a bhaji out of shisho leaf, right?
Yeah.
So tempura fried shisho leaf.
Shisho
right?
leaves, yeah.
Shisho leafன்றது just like ஒரு வளரக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும்
Yeah,
பார்க்கறதுக்கு.
perilla seeds and
Perilla seeds.
yeah.
So அதை வந்து அவங்க பஜ்ஜியில் முக்கி பஜ்ஜி மாவில் முக்கி அவங்க ஃப்ரை பண்ணி கொடுக்கும்போது it's so delicious
It's so
and so
nice, yeah.
tasty.
Yeah, it is again, it is a fine dining material.
Content material.
It is a fine. So yeah, Japanese and to be very honest with you, a lot of chefs are influenced by Japanese. You know, the best restaurant called El Bui, they have a lot of Japanese in them. Noma, they have a lot of Japanese in them. All these guys are completely engrossed
But
in
is it
Japanese.
true that a lot of Michelin star restaurants are there in Japan?
Yes, Tokyo,
Is it?
Floriage, lots. Engineers who turned chefs.
Okay.
Small space. இவ்வளோ பெரிய ஸ்பேஸில் ஒரு ஃபைன் டைனிங் ரெஸ்டாரண்ட் ஓப்பன் பண்ணிட்டு போயிடுவாங்க.
Actually, I had a friend of mine who was actually working in one of the Japanese car manufacturing company over here.
Okay.
So he opened up a Japanese restaurant,
Akibe. Yeah.
So the guy opened up there. So that is the first time actually. Of course, I've heard of chefs, but first time I'm actually seeing they have devices for checking the brick level in the sugar,
Yeah.
salt level in the in the soup,
Refractometers and things like that.
all this and all
Yeah.
this they have. He says, what are you guys doing? He said, this is how we bring consistency.
So,
And
as much as I love Japan for that, I also find they are the other side of sustainability.
okay.
Like I love the fact, like Momotaro tomatoesனு சொல்லிட்டு எடுப்போம், ஒரு டப்பா எடுப்போம், எல்லா டொமேட்டோவும் ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கும். எனக்கு என்ன பயம்னா, இந்த எல்லா டொமேட்டோவும் ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கிறதுக்கு எவ்வளோ டொமேட்டோ அவன் வேஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருப்பான்.
கண்டிப்பா.
அது என்னால் சில சமயத்தில் I don't know.
Difficult to
digest.
A good example again is the Miyazaki mangoes, right?
Yeah.
So Miyazaki mangoes are the world's most expensive
mangoes, yeah.
And apparently in the farm that produces quite a lot. Pause பண்ணிடுங்க, டைமர் ஓடிட்டு இருக்கு. இது ரெக்கார்ட்ல So Miyazaki mangoes வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா what comes to the shops are actually comes out a lot of filtration because they are more keen on that particular mango winning the price.
Yeah.
And that is actually a status symbol, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
For them to have that particular mango and that they have bid and actually won it. And some insane prices that they talk about that particular mango. Same thing for the strawberries. Same thing for the melons.
Yeah. Yeah, as much as we say it's only for fugu, fishes like that. இதுவும் மற்றதும் I used to get in Nadodi, I used to get those small brinjals.
Okay. Aubergines.
Small aubergines, the small ones. I forgot the region. In Sukuji market la enga varum adu. It's so small, tiny, very tasty. I'm not denying it, but every brinjal will be the same.
Okay.
Every brinjal will be the same. That is...
See, that's always a story. My father is actually an engineer. So actually he used to tell a story that how, an American company gave an order to Japan. So it is a machinery. They're actually making some components. So the components, their spec is very detailed. The head should be this this screw should be this one, the length between this one is so much, the width should be so much, the density of the material is so much, the coloration is so much. And so the specification detail pathina 2 page 3 page poma. Poitte then they say the total amount of quantity manufactured is this one, tolerance for wastage is this much, and so ellam panni kodutru they'll give the order to the Japanese enna panona correct அந்த spec படி எல்லாத்தையும் ஃபுல்லா ரெடி பண்ணிட்டு then they also give extra 200 pieces வருமா, அந்த 200 piece defective piece இருக்குமா. they would have actually also have manufactured the defective piece also as per the spec and give it to them. So they say we don't have a culture of having defect.
Okay.
If this is a spec, this is a spec. In your order sheet, you said that this is what is required. So we also have manufactured the particular set of 100 units or whatever, the additional piece which is in the tolerance level, as per the specification of the defect.
Wow,
That is how they used to talk about precision engineering. So I think same thing is actually translating to the way they're seeing food, probably looking into,
maybe.
Symmetry is something that they very believe in.
That is an eye opener for me.
Yeah. So
that is an eye opener for me.
At the time when my father used to work in the automobile, he used to work in a company called Mitsubishi.
Okay.
But of course he was in the escalator and elevator division. But அவங்க ஒர்க் பண்ணதில் அந்த டைமில் என்ன சொன்னாங்க, ஸோ அஃப்கோர்ஸ் இப்போ அந்த கம்பெனியில் இருக்கனால ஆல் த கார்ஸ் யூஸ் பி மிட்சுபிஷி. மிட்சுபிஷி கேலண்ட்னு சொல்லி ஒன் வேரியேஷன் யூஸ் டு பி. ஐ திங்க் ஸ்டில் ஆல்சோ இட்ஸ் அவைலபிள்.
Still I've seen the Galant. Yeah, I've seen the Galant.
அந்த டைமில் அவங்க என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா, கிளாஸ் எல்லாம் ஏற்றிட்டு தண்ணியில் போட்டிங்கன்னா the car will actually apparently float because the engineering is so precise. கிளாஸ் எல்லாம் ஏற்றி எல்லாத்தையும் சீல் பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் தண்ணி உள்ள
வராது.
அவ்வளோ ஏர் டைட்டாக they actually do the manufacturing.
Wow.
So and my father again has told a story where he went to actually Japan for training for 8 days or 9 days அவர் போயிருக்கிறாரு. First 3 days they sat on planning what they want to do the rest of the 4 or 5 days.
Oh, so that is the precision.
So they're insane about details and
wow.
But not to talk bad about them, but they're also a little bit repressed also.
Okay.
They don't emote as much as what probably we do.
Okay.
But நம்மளுக்கு பிடிக்கலன்னு சொல்லிடுறோம். They are very polite. மனசுல ஒன்று வாயில் ஒன்று அவங்களுக்கு இருக்கும்.
Okay.
So that and all is a little bit of the other end of the spectrum. But nonetheless, still a very, very vibrant experience.
So maybe Japan. Yes, maybe Japan. Maybe Japan. Japan could be the place.
அடுத்து என்ன பார்க்கலாம் சொல்லுங்க இப்போ. ரைட், இதுக்கப்புறம் வேற என்ன இருக்கு பாருங்க. ராபிட் ஃபயரா முடிஞ்சிருச்சா? ராபிட் ஃபயர் ரைட், ஓகே. செப்பரேட்லியா அது சொல்லியாச்சு, அதெல்லாம் கேட்டிங்களே. Okay. I think we covered most of the things. Yes. Polama, we'll go. Chef, that has been some very exciting discussion that we had so far. So we are also very eager to know what is your next exciting collaboration or exciting venture that we can expect from a mind like yours. Where is Farmlore going to go do next? வேற என்ன பண்ண போறீங்க? What tell us something that is in the near future for us.
So as you know, Farmlore is my space.
Yes.
So before we started Farmlore, we did a lot of pop-ups and things like that. We had a small little test kitchen.
Okay.
Where we were doing themes, different kinds of themes.
Okay.
One such theme was called Omnisense.
Okay.
Omnisense is bring the senses together.
Okay.
And creating dishes for the senses. So it could be like, what do we like to drink when it is really raining?
Okay.
Maybe a hot rasam holding in your hand and drinking when there is thunder. So how do you transcend that into a course?
Okay.
So Omnisense is a space which I'm coming up inside Farmlore.
Wow.
It's an 18-seater communal table, one long table.
Okay.
And the table has some gimmicks on them as well.
Okay.
To create that kind of an experience.
Wow.
To create that kind of an experience, I got a additional R&D lab which is getting equipped as I speak.
Okay.
To cater to that. More people are coming and joining it. It will be access at a private dining space.
Okay.
At the moment to accumulate or to create unique dining experience for groups.
Okay.
Because over a period of time, what we saw at Farmlore, it was not only just 18 seats. We are also turning away groups, bigger groups.
Okay.
Because 18 seats is when two people take, like 9 twos are 18, it fills it up.
Okay.
And there are a lot of larger groups who want to come and dine for us.
Okay.
So for them, we thought we'll do a communal table where we'll continuously tell our stories.
Okay.
But this is a little bit on a broader spectrum, little bit more ideating, I would say. And the storytelling will be much more precise and more casual.
Absolutely.
More casual and more fun as well. So unfortunately, I don't allow kids below 12 years at Farmlore. But here in this communal space, kids below 12 years can come there as well. And it's more like a communal table where you sit down.
Together as a family or as a group?
Yeah, together as a family or a group. And we'll tell a story. It could be game nights. It could be quiz nights. It could be each dish could tell a story as well. Like we did this menu called the movie The Menu. We recreated that for Halloween. So we want to do all this by making people sit at one table.
Okay.
So stories of Diwali season we'll do stories of Diwali. Christmas we did how Rudolph going around the world and stopping at various places. So this eccentric themes, little bit more fun oriented. I'll be doing it there, and still Farm Lore will continue to do the stories of the farm.
Amazing.
So that's the next step for Farm Lore. I take it like I'm a big Dhoni fan, so I take it like instinctive, like very intuitive.
Okay.
Yeah, I take decisions very intuitive, and if I like to do something tomorrow, I will do that.
Wow.
I will do that. Take one day at a time. So that's basically it. Yeah.
It has been absolutely refreshing and very privileged to actually have you over here with us, and very, very inspiring too. And I certainly look forward that you're able to inspire more chefs to come into this challenging industry. Nonetheless, I think the experiences that we have heard so far about Farm Lore and the things that are going to come up in the near future, I think they sound very, very exciting for the senses and also as an experience for one to have there. Thank you so much for being with us, Chef. And before we conclude, I would like you to ask any kind of a question that, without any censor, without anything, we always ask our guests if they have any question they want to ask us. They're more than welcome to ask us.
No, this is a question which I even asked you before itself. When we actually had a talk, I am still not able to. How you're able to juggle so many things?
Well, I'm actually trying to juggle so many things, but not being very good at it. But nonetheless, what I've realized is that we have to trust in good people and have a good team. So for the academy, I have my wife who's actually the academy head, and she's helping me with that academy part of it. I have a friend of mine who's actually helping us in terms of the marketing and sales. So that part of it is actually helping for our Saib's Biryani and the other one. And of course, for our manufacturing business, we have a very solid team that is actually working behind. And honestly speaking, I'm not. If you ask me if I'm doing justice to every one of them, I'm not. I'm getting pulled every other way. I'm just getting pulled. But I believe that that I will be able to create a system where I'll be able to do a fair balance and at the same time have some lot of personal time also for the family and everything. So that is something that I am actually trying to figure out as you speak. So I don't have a definitive answer for the question you asked, but we're trying to get better at it, Chef.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chef. Thank you once again. Hope you enjoyed it as much as you do. That's pretty much about us with I Am Food Venturist and Chef Johnson Ebenezer. Please do have a look at it, Farm Lore, if you're not already are aware of it. It's one of the phenomenal experiences that one can have in the fine dining space, specifically if you're in this part of the world. Do look them up, and hope to see you again soon. Cheers.